And also, you promoted the Mandy Lane film. No, I didn't. You weren't there because there has been like 8 of you there. There was like, I changed into positive, which you have been there. KI failed to go to Toronto. I became filming myself. There have been such a lot of different humans following the enormously publicized and uncommon divorce of Amber Heard and Johnny Depp, many enterprise. Massive names have chosen to side with Johnny whilst turning their backs towards Amber. In latest video, we can communicate about celebrities who can't stand Amber Heard, from conservative commentator Candace Owens to Johnny Depp's very own daughter, Lily Rose Depp, or even a well-known makeup brand. Be part of us as we explore the motives, why everybody hates Amber Heard. Johnny was hitting me and he became hitting me tough. And repeat 16, Candace Owens, at some stage in the trial between Johnny Depp and his ex-wife Amber Heard. Proper wing political commentator Cand Owens aired her views of the case in her typical company decisive persona. Candace strongly threw her support in the back of Johnny, essentially calling Amber a liar from day one. She, in addition, weighed in on the whole be counted on her show. Candace, announcing it, has been simply ridiculous to peer what that female changed into allowed to do due to the fact she simply flew under the radar of the Me Too movement. According to Candace, there has been greater than sufficient proof to convict her from the very beginning of being an exceptionally dangerous companion she is. Every bit an instance of what I'd refer to once I talked to toxic feminism. Judging via the mind-blowing stories towards Amber Heard that have been discovered within the root of the pains, it clearly isn't always far-fetched to say that. She's completely insane. 15 JK Rowling, Candace Owens isn't the simplest mainstream media persona who certainly cannot stand Amber Heard simply whilst. The strife among the celeb X-fans turned into coming near its peak. Acclaimed Harry Potter author J.K. Rowling got pulled into the mixture, including a layer of complexity to the already outrageous story. Clearly, Amber felt cheated, with the aid of the fact that she became receiving the maximum backlash for her moves against Johnny, no matter her. Severa tries to tarnish his image and thrown him below the bus, so she pulled a prevailing card, contacting J.K. Rowling. At the time, Johnny Depp was cast in Rowling's The Fantastic Beast franchise and was capable of retaining his function, even though his divorce turned into underway. Amber tried to capitalize on J.K. Rowling's unwavering guide for women to destroy Johnny Depp's lifestyles after the divorce. Dan Woon, a creator for The Sun UK, showed this, however. Amber's plans fell by the miserably, as J.K. Rowling did not experience the want to punish a person unfairly for allegations that had been no longer even, but established by the court, if some thing. This stunt placed Amber's narcissistic nature on display, making J.K. Rowling dislike her deeply. 14 David Yates events that took place following J.K. Rowling's involvement in the case. Shah a vivid mile on the reality that wasn't so hidden, in spite of everything. David Yates, manufacturer on set of The Fantastic Beast, understandably couldn't understand why Amber hated Johnny so much. In step with him, her claims had been a far cry from the colleague he'd come to realize and love. While Amber accused Johnny of being violent and controlling, David knew a man who was all the way down to earth, kind, and clean to work with, as they had collaborated on a few projects in the past. So even before the final gavel dropped in court, David had a verdict of his own. Johnny Depp changed into harmless. Of all the V allegations levied towards him, you see, David Yates had been in the enterprise long sufficient to realize that humans were in no way smart enough to conceal their actual personalities. Someone's proper tendencies could subsequently seep into the professional scene. This became the case for many celebrities who were accused over the years, but for Johnny it turned into a world of difference, leading David Yates to agree with that. Amber became no much less of a ranged liar. 13 quarter Bettany. Hall Bettany has been won. In all Johnny Depp's closest friends in Hollywood, however, the love became not mutual from Amber Heard. In line with Johnny Depp's courtroom testimony, Amber regarded Paul as a chance who would possibly divert Johnny's interests far from her, and this best made Paul hate Amber all the extra things. Reached a tipping point. For the duration of what initially regarded like an harmless lunch with Paul, his spouse Jennifer Connelly, and their children, the atmosphere all of a sudden turned sour, while Amber reportedly started dominating the communication, until she sooner or later demeaned Paul's then 18-year-old son to the factor of tears. Paul was understandably put off by way of this incident. However, his soreness escalated when non-public text exchanges between him and Johnny Depp had been made public during a UK Lyle case. Some of the text blanketed violent remarks about Amber, revealing a darker facet to both men that lovers had not previously seen in a single infamous text conversation. Johnny wrote, "Permits burn, Amber Paul," then spoke back, having concept it through. "I do not suppose we must burn Amber. She's pleasant, corporation, and easy on the attention. Plus, I'm now not certain she's a witch." Paul also added, "We may want to, of course, try the English route of action. In those predicaments, we do a drowning check. Thoughts? I have a pool." They even went on to discuss what to do with the frame afterwards, and the conversation kept getting darker. These, however, have been explained away as Monty Python-style humor. However, the harm was already done after this incident. Paul's dating with Amber in no way recovered for him. It wasn't pretty much being dragged into a public spectacle or having his jokes scrutinized out of context. It changed into also about witnessing a person near him being mistreated. All these made Paul Bettany hate Amber Heard, and might you clearly blame him? Shrink back from expressing his mind on Amber Heard. Recognized for his sharp humor and formidable method to debatable subjects, Chris brazenly criticized Amber. He used his platform to focus on what he saw, because the absurdities in her conduct all through the notorious legal struggle with Johnny Depp, mainly focusing on the notorious incident wherein Amber allegedly went quantity on Johnny's aspect of the mattress, even though demanding the couple's housekeeper Hilda Vargas showed that the incident definitely came about Johnny. Depp stated in court that Amber attempted guilty it on their puppies, but he became satisfied it got here from her or certainly one of her buddies at some point of the comedy tour Chris Rock. Used this stunning incident as a key factor in his argument, suggesting that a few actions are so extreme that they totally break a person's credibility. Certain behaviors, like the alleged defecation incident, may be so outrageous that they overshadow the whole thing, else making it hard for people to take something the person says significantly, the comic stance contemplated. Read a deep skepticism of Amber's claims, no longer only due to the bizarre nature of her moves, but also because of what he perceived as inconsistencies and exaggerations in her testimonies. 11. Vanessa Paradis, previous partner of Johnny Depp, with whom he keeps a fantastic dating. So understandably, when the allegations had been leveled towards him by way of Amber, his ex-companion, came ahead to guard him, Johnny met Vanessa at the set of Roman Polanski movie The Ninth Gate, and have been collectively for about 14 years, from 1998 to 2012. All through their dating, the couple had 2 youngsters, but opted no longer to marry for the duration of Johnny Depp's 2020 Lyle trial. Vanessa issued an announcement protecting him against the accusations, announcing through a lot of these years, "I've regarded Johnny to be a kind, attentive, generous, and non-violent person, and father. I'm privy to the allegations that Amber Heard has publicly accused Johnny of for greater than 4 years now. That is nothing like the proper Johnny that I even have. Regarded and from my non-public enjoy of a few years, I can say he was never violent to me. Vanessa glaringly couldn't bear to look. Amber glaringly couldn't bear to look on occasion. You can't convince me otherwise. Life is too short. Tristan is my type," is the reason why she hates Amber Heard, 10 Lily Rose Depp. When Amber Heard's allegations towards Johnny Depp first emerged, his daughter Lily Rose Depp swiftly came to his protection in May 2016. She took to Instagram to proclaim, "My dad is the sweetest, most loving character I recognize. He's been not anything but a top-notch father to my little brother and me and each person." Who knows him could say the equal. This public support underscored Lily Rose's sturdy perception in her father's character. Amidst the unfolding controversy at some stage in the courtroom proceedings, it changed into discovered that Lily Rose by no means had a favorable opinion of Amber Heard. Johnny Depp testified that Lily Rose did not attend his wedding ceremony to Amber in 2015, indicating strained relations between them. He shared info of the wedding itinerary, citing dinners, dancing, and drug use, which hinted at a tumultuous period in his existence, Johnny. Further alleged that Amber tried to alienate him from his youngsters, portraying her as possessive and crucial of his parenting. He stated Amber needed to have me there always for her very own wishes. He additionally claimed she might berate him as a father when asked about Amber's relationship. Along with his kids, Johnny bluntly spoke back. "It did not exist. My kids are much smarter than me. They declined to be around her." Lily Rose's stance against Amber remained resolute. At some point of the trial and beyond, she actively engaged in public discourse, the use of social media and statements to support her father and counter Amber allegations in 2016. While Amber sought a restraining order against Johnny, Lily Rose pointed to the lack of proof. located on the scene, bolstering her father's claim of innocence for Lee Rose. Amber's accusations, not handiest. Attacked her father's individual, however, additionally clashed with the loving father discerned she knew her unwavering aid for Johnny amidst the turmoil made it glaring that she hates Amber Heard Lily Rose's outspoken protection. Highlighted her loyalty and conviction in standing by using her father's facet all through a difficult and publicized chapter of their lives. 9. Laura Wasser. Laura Wasser, the powerhouse divorce lawyer who represented Johnny Depp all through his tumultuous breakup from Amber Heard, seems to have a sturdy dislike for Amber Wasser. Laura, acknowledged for managing excessive profile Hollywood divorces with final composure, openly criticized Amber's moves as an attempt to prolong her fame after Johnny and Amber had settled for $7 million, which Johnny paid to Amber, and she, or he, supposedly donated to charity Amber sought to reopen the case. Laura regarded this as a money seize and an embarrassing ploy for unwarranted attorney prices for a lawyer like Laura, whose profession revolves around fairness and discretion. Amber's prison maneuvers seemed alternatively distasteful. She accused Amber of violating their divorce settlement by discussing domestic violence in a style mag complicating the agreement, and potentially destructive Johnny Depp's reputation from Laura's angle. This breach was in pretty much criminal terms. It changed into a deliberate act that might distort public perception and undermine the integrity in their prior settlement. 8. Kate James Johnny's allies aren't the best ones, who simply can't stand Amber Heard. Amber's former private assistant, Kate James, has been a key witness within the defense of Johnny Depp. Kate testified in court that she in no way noticed Johnny get physical with Amber. Kate additionally shared depths of her interactions with Amber, revealing times of Amber being